Whether you do or don't trust the current administration, I think you should listen to this. The U.S. Secret Service just did a press release talking about this huge operation that they did in the New York City area, looking for the people who did these swatting attacks on politicians over the last year and a half, 2 years. That's they use cell phones. They call in 911, call in an active shooter, call in domestic violence, something like that. Give the address of the person that they don't like, and people show up, and hilarity ensues. Right. Well, in the middle of this investigation, what they ended up finding was server farms for SIM cards. That is internet controlled cell phones on racks, hundreds of them. They had 100,000 SIM cards, 300 different servers over multiple different sites around the New York City area. Now, the Secret Service is billing these as they've possibly thwarted an attack, denial of service attack that was going to affect emergency response to some UN meeting. I don't buy it. Honestly, I think these things that they just found were just server farms for burner accounts, for all those annoying, scammy, fraudulent phone calls that you get from credit companies and stuff. That's not to say that they can't also use it for this. If you've ever been in an area where something went down, everybody's all trying to get on their cell phone at the same time. The cell phone towers can't handle that much traffic, and it stops working. Now, I spent 12 years in the Army. I spent all of it in the infantry, 3 years in Iraq. Communications is crucially important, especially when it needs to be. So I got on a ham radio. I know it sounds kind of nerdy, but let me show you what the capabilities are. For a couple weeks of study, $35 processing fee with the FCC, and $18 on Amazon, you can get this little guy. This little guy allows you to talk radio to radio, anywhere between 2 and 10-ish miles, depending on your terrain. And if you program in and you have a repeater near you, that is 2 radios smashed together up on top of a high place that retransmits your signal, anybody who can see that high place can talk to that high place and can talk to you and everybody else who can see that high place. So I can get everybody from Salem, Oregon up to Tacoma, Washington on this little 4-watt guy that I got for $18 on Amazon. But you need a license, technician license for this. A little bit of extra study, a little bit of extra money. You can get into HF, high frequency. High frequency, you can talk around the world, radio to radio. Even cooler than that, you can hook up a computer up to your radio. You can now send emails through somebody else's radio on the other side of the world. It's awesome. Outside of the affected area, you lose power, natural disaster, cataclysmic event, whatever, right? You can communicate outside of the affected area. That's what ham radio offers. I very strongly recommend you check it out. If you're just curious, scroll around through my channel a little bit, see some of the stuff that I do with radio, mostly high frequency, mostly long distance stuff is what I like to do. Check it out. Check out the FCC website and try taking your license. It'll help you out.